Los Angeles, 2019. This is how the movie Blade Runner from 1982 begins. The movie introduces us to a dystopian, futuristic world where cars can fly and androids, here known as replicants, are the everyday thing on the streets. These robots are basically indistinguishable from humans, but also stronger and smarter than us. Here's when we get to know Rick Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, who works as a Blade Runner, a special unit of the police department that is dedicated to hunt down and shoot to kill to any rogue replicant on Earth territory. And since they are pretty hard to find, they use an empathy test named Void Camp to reveal them. On parallel, six rogue replicants of the newest models, the Nexus 6, arrive to Earth, led by Roy Batty in search of a better life than the one they had in the off-world colonies, where all replicants are labor exploited. Descartes gets this case assigned by his boss Harry Bryant and a new partner, the detective Gaff, who drives him around the city during his investigation. So this way, Descartes heads first to the Tyrell Corporation headquarters, where he talks to Eldon Tyrell, the creator of all androids, and puts a test to Nexus 6 named Rachel, who believes she is human. To find out if the test works right on the Nexus 6 models, discovering that it does not. That way, Descartes begins to track down the androids in the traditional way, looking for clues and breaking in the locations where the androids have been seen. In the middle of the hunting, Rachel discovers that she is an android and has a crisis, and she and Descartes fall in love. After that, Descartes hunts down the last two androids, almost losing to Batty after an intense fight in an abandoned building. However, Batty's lifespan runs out and he dies in front of Descartes on the rooftop of the building, making Descartes feel empathy for him. After that, he returns to Rachel and they both run away. The director Ridley Scott said it has been one of its most problematic works. He has expressed frustration with the original studio marketing, the initial confused reviews, and the forced ending that he later recut to match his original vision. Scott also commented on the challenges of casting Harrison Ford, calling him the biggest pain in the arse he ever worked with, and discussed the pressures of modern effects heavy filmmaking. It was a movie with a slow production due to the multiple challenges that represented the changes applied to the script, which bounced from one writer to other during several years, since the book on which it is based is complicated to adapt. This book is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. The script was written using only the most important scenes proposed by Philip K. Dick, changing most of the world ambience and design, trying to create a whole new dark, fascinating world, full of details, lights, and sometimes colors. The movie was filmed using a combination of real life locations in Los Angeles, studio sets from the Warner Bros. Studios backlot, where stages 5 4 and 25 were transformed into futuristic streets and some miniature sets designed by Douglas Trumbull and David Dreyer. Because of this, Blade Runner is seen as a film that touches on near future social issues like overpopulation and pollution rather than strict science fiction. Personally, I like it so much because of that ambience and atmosphere that the team behind the movie put so much effort building. It truly feels like something alive. It feels like a day to day in a world apart from us, something that, even being as new or different, feels familiar and usual. A world that works itself as an organism with days and nights. The performance of the actors is one of the best in cinematic story. It makes us feel empathy for a character who is not supposed to be human and even feel repulsion for the hero of the film. I deeply recommend it if you like sci fi and thriller movies because it has been one of the most influential movies in the entire world, being considered one of the founders of the sci fi subgenre known as cyberpunk, with a message that warns us about the thin line between mechanics and nature that blurs with every irresponsible technological advancement generated by playing God.